पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। Srimad Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, shloka number 1. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samavetaayuyutsavah mamakah pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. As we saw in the last session itself, Bhagavad Gita contains 18 chapters. These 18 chapters are divided into 3 shatkam. Shatkam means in which we can find 6 chapters. This first shatkam, that which deals the subject matter of Tvam Padartha. We saw in the last episode itself. Tvam means an individual consciousness. Therefore, the name of the chapter itself, Arjuna Vishada Yogaha. Yogaha means chapter. But there are innumerable meanings in our Shastra for the word Yogaha. Patanjali gives Yogaha means Samadhi. Samadhi means it is the higher status of human being. Yogash chitta vritti nirodhaha. There, chitta vritti nirodhaha yoga ityuchyate. There he gives, that is the final state of Ashtanga Yoga called Samadhi. But here, it means chapter, Adhyayaha. Arjuna Vishada Yogaha. Arjunasya Vishadaha. Vishadaha means shokaha, sorrow. Arjunasya means the sorrow of Arjuna. And immediately people may think that what? A chapter which deals the problem of Arjuna? We are not interested. You know, Swamiji, even we don't have time to think about our own problems. We are not able to manage our time to deal with our problems. We are not interested to study about others' problems. Let us skip this chapter. We are not interested. That is the mentality. Even my friends, few of them were not interested even first chapter. But it's a very important chapter. Because Bhagavad Gita, as we saw, it deals 3 main topics of Vedanta. What are the 3 main topics? Is Jiva, Jagat, Ishvaraha. Jivaha, Jagat, Ishvaraha. Jivaha means individual consciousness who is endowed with body, mind, sense complex. Every individual, they have their own experience of emotions. And the fundamental emotions of every creature is fear. And the next, the predominating emotion is called sorrow. Now this Bhagavad Gita begins with Arjuna's sorrow, that problem of Arjuna. But truthfully speaking, this first chapter introduces many more characters. And everybody they are into the problem. Because it was the war situation, they were in the battlefield. And the problem, now it has become a universal problem to them. It was not only Arjuna's problem. But what exactly Arjuna's problem it was? He was a great warrior. And he stayed 13 years in the forest alone. He was not having problem. And he went to Swarga. He was not having problem. And he fought with so many armies. He didn't find any problems. But after coming to fight Mahabharata Yuddha, he got a problem. That problem, even it was not from outside. The problem he was first time in his life he encountered, he was amazed, shocked, he didn't know how to react it, how to manage it. The problem, even a great warrior like Arjuna can have this kind of problem. What about us? Therefore, we have to study this first chapter definitely. We will learn what are the factors can be behind, because all people at one point of time in their life they are or they will become like Arjuna. We are locked. If we are locked with the problems, then what would be the reactions from ourselves? That's what is taught in the first chapter. Not only Arjuna, we are going to study about the system, law system of the universe. The law system of universe means what? Because every human being, every individual, they have their own nature, characteristic or character, but we have similarity, human being. So we have our own similarity. Our hunger, thirst, sleep, all emotions are similar. Even problems, the reaction to the problems are similar, but the problems, the reason of the problems may vary, but the feeling, the experience, the pain which we have, it is similar. And here we need to have a little bit patience, that's all. Now, who is Dhritarashtra? We'll come to the first words. Who is this Dhritarashtra? He was born as an eldest son, as a prince. He had one more brother called Pandu. By birth itself, he was blind. Therefore, he was not crowned. The power of kingdom was denied to him. That pain, something he lost. That's what the experience, feeling that he had. So we lost, I was denied for crown. Because every one of us may think, that being born as a blind, it's not my fault. But which was not in my hand, if I'm punished for that, so how pain, the density of pain, how you can think about it. That was the pain from the childhood he was having. His whole that psychological system has been constructed with jealousy towards his younger one. Because Pandu was crowned. And accidentally, unfortunately, Pandu had a curse from a rishi. Therefore, he left the nation. He was staying in the forest. Again, he got back. Now you see that he doesn't want to lose the power because it was denied earlier. So then denied power, if he gets again, he wants to hold it. He wants to grasp it. Therefore, he is called Dhritarashtra. That person, so he also poisonates his son. Therefore, Duryodhana has become like a villain. To be a villain is not an easy thing. Because nobody likes, even Duryodhana has told. Somebody asked, what Duryodhana, do you know good thing or not? Or knowingly you are committing bad things? What is the positions of your inner personality? Can you tell? He said, Janami dharmam name pravrittihi. Janami adharmam name nivrittihi. I know the things, which is dharma. I know exactly what dharma is, but I'm not able to get into that karya. My psychological ability are not going towards it. Janami adharmam name nivrittihi. I even know this is wrong, but I'm not able to get away from that. That is the situation. The inner mentality. Therefore, every parents have to be very sharp and clear and careful too when they bring their children up. Because this vengeance, revenging, avenging feeling, it comes from the childhood. Small incidents. When parents are fighting, these children, they observe everything. What we do, means parents we do, the children follow as it is. Like Dhritarashtra, who was a father for 100 children, but he was not able to give proper caring, proper, teaching, education to them. See, I consider this how to live life is also must be taught by the parents alone. And he was kept on injecting, unknowingly injecting poison to their child, his child. Duryodhana, not whole children, means all children are poisoned, except one person who opposed when Draupadi was misbehaved. Now, this Dhritarashtra, who failed to be a proper father, now he is worrying about his sons. Now, if you think, analyze deeply, the worry of the father is justified. That's a good thing. When you see, you may find it's a correct. A father is worrying for his sons. What is wrong in it? But the reason for the worry, the same Dhritarashtra alone, that we have to realize. And this Dhritarashtra symbolizes the normal mind which is blind. That's what Tikakara says. The normal mind doesn't worry about past or future. Even it doesn't care about the present. Therefore, we should be very careful with our mind. Because mind, when it is occupied with emotions, it won't allow you to realize, to see clearly the reality, what it is. We have to be careful with mind, because when you are overwhelmed, filled with anger, your eyes are veiled. When it is filled with fear, you cannot act normally. That's what the weakness of the mind. It's absolutely blind. Buddhi should work. Even Dhritarashtra characteristic symbolizes Jiva who is veiled by avidya. Avidya means you cannot say that some emotions, when you want to go to a temple, you are going to the temple, okay? So when you go to the temple, in between you are driving the car, something happens on the road, your mode went off, you are going to the temple, you went to the temple, but you are not in a mood to worship the Lord. That's what the weakened mind is. Once the mind is occupied with some emotions, it loses its capacity to think properly. Therefore, buddhi should be very powerful. Buddhi should dominate the mind. And the Sanjaya who is sattvika by the nature, and he was the charioteer for Dhritarashtra. He knows very well the nature of Dhritarashtra, and he was provided. When he was asking, they were discussing in the courtyard. They were sitting in the palace alone. They were not in the battlefield. But he asked Sanjaya what happened to them, what is going on there. Then how can Sanjaya tell? Now we need to inform here, the Sanjaya was provided a special vision by Vyasacharya. Before the battle, before beginning the battle, Vyasa had come to court and he said, oh Dhritarashtra, I will give a special vision by which you can pursue, you can see what and all happens there. You need not to reach there. But Dhritarashtra denied, I don't want to see my own people to get destroyed. Even inside of Dhritarashtra, because he knows what went wrong, He was also expecting that, so his sons will be destroyed. Then he said, my own people are getting destroyed, I don't want to see, but I would like to listen to. That's what the life is. See, you think about a blind person, but we are not criticizing a blind people. So by birth, if people are blind, we have to respect. Here, we are talking about a blind person, blind not physically, he is mentally also blind because the mind is occupied with emotions. Therefore, he was not proper eligible person. Therefore, the Sanjaya was provided a special vision. Vyasa, when he provided that vision, he also said, Prakasham va, diva va yediva nishi, chintita manasa chintitamapi sarvam vetsyati Sanjayaha. After providing vision, he says, whether day or night, darkness or light, everything he can see there. Not only that, he can also get to know what they plan. That's what the beauty. World's first satellite, and that too far advanced satellite, even it could penetrate into the people to see their thought pattern and their plan, how they plan for the next day battle. He could see everything. Now he has become what? That like a Sarvajnaha. Sarvajna means one who knows everything. Therefore Sanjaya is asked. While asking the question itself, we could capture the maturity of Dhritarashtra. Mamakaha, my people. This my people, that makes the problem. And parents, when they bring their children up, they have the affections, and we have to be very careful to understand. Shastra never denies, never criticizes a pure love. The Shastra teaches how to have proper love. People are confused. People are saying that Vedanta means what? It asks you to drop everything. It asks you to go to ashram or to Rishikesh or Kedarnath, somewhere in the Himalayas. But the first is to drop all these relatives. Therefore, many people, even while coming first time to study Bhagavad Gita, they inquired to me, Swamiji, I am a grihastha, I am married, but I have duties. Can I study Bhagavad Gita? Then I said, everyone who is born in India, we have to study. And we have to give to the world. And everyone on the earth, we have to study Bhagavad Gita. It is common for all. And if we have to study for what? To live a proper life. Therefore, Swami Vivekananda also said, even a fisherman, if he studies Bhagavad Gita, he can be a proper person. He will be a good human being. Now, studying Bhagavad Gita means you need not to quit your home. You will learn about you. You will learn how to love the people. You will come to know what is proper love. Have you seen our rishis? They have created the prayers, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschyad Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Let everybody will be happy. They didn't ask, only I have to be happy. That, and Bhadram Karne Bhishrunayama Devaha, Bhadram Pashye Makshabhir Ejatraha. When a father or mother, they love their children, Shastra does come in between. But when a father loves his son, but in the process of loving his son, he depends on him. Psychologically, he loses him. That dependency should not be there. That is the understanding we should have. We have to love. We can love all creatures, but we should not lose. We need not to lose. Losing means what? When a father, he brings the children up with expectations. He will protect me, so I am feeding him, I am nourishing him, so he will do the same in the future. Means you are locked, you are dependent. But from his perspective, from his point of view, son will have to do the duties against father. So that is a dharma. But we should not get locked with our expectations. When you make the relationship, you should be very clear. You need not to think about others, but you have to respond. You have to respond according to what? Not with the emotions. Therefore, it's a very subtle subject to maintain. Here, what went wrong with Dhritarashtra? Always he thinks about my children, my children, my children. Therefore, what? He missed to take care of Pandu's children. Pandu was not alive. He dead. He was not able to give proper love to Pandu's children. Being a king, being a father, in both places, he failed to play the role properly. That's what the problem belongs to Dhritarashtra, Mamakaha, then Pandava. Pandava means the sons of Pandu, and both of them, they were desired to fight. What do they do? Then Sanjaya began the next words. He starts. Sanjaya uvacha drashtva tu pandavan ekam vyodham duryodhanastada Acharyamupasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravita. Now, in the second words, two more characters are introduced. Duryodhana and Acharya, Drona, these two characters are introduced. And one of my students, he asked me a question. Swamiji, why Dhritarashtra? So why this Bhagavad Gita begins with Dhritarashtra? It has to begin with Lord Krishna alone. Why it begins? Then I gave the answer. No, the content of Bhagavad Gita, which is in the form of dialogue form between Krishna and Arjuna, but we hear through Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. But Mahabharata wrote, we little bit zoom out. See, first dialogue happened between Krishna and Arjuna. If we zoom out, because we were not there, so only the Sanjaya, being outsider, he could see. So when Sanjaya told this Dhritarashtra, then we could hear it. If we zoom out a little bit more, we can come to know this Mahabharata. It was narrated by Sauti, the Ugrasravas, Rishi Sauti to other Rishis. If we a little bit more zoom out, that real conversation was between Suta Maharishi and Parikshit in the Sabha. If we a little bit zoom out more completely, the conversation really, so this in between Vyasa and Lord Ganesha. See, these 5 pairs are involved here. Now we enter in between these five pairs to listen Bhagavad Gita. Then I also made him more clearly. The subject matter, it comes from so many people. For example, I am teaching you, you and me are here. Now the subject matter becomes as a conversation, as a dialogue. And when I learned from my guru, so we were together both. So then the subject matter was discussed. But one thing you have to be very clear. The subject matter is too subtle. So in the battlefield, there were thousands of crores of people. Nobody could hear what Arjuna and Krishna were discussing except Sanjaya. Because of the special vision, he could see, he could consume, enjoy it. Even Dhritarashtra, who was not having, though he was hearing from physical ears, he was not prepared mentally, therefore nothing went inside. But if we are eligible, if we are prepared mentally, if we are focused, we can consume Bhagavad Gita. Doesn't matter it begins with Dhritarashtra or Sanjaya, somebody else, doesn't matter. If you increase your qualifications, if you develop your qualifications, that itself enough to consume the nectar of Bhagavad Gita. How to improve these qualifications? Therefore, the first chapter has to be read. First, we have to encounter, we have to find the locus of error. Every problem is because of some error. That error, so we have to find what exactly the cause or locus of error. Once you encounter, you find it, you can deal with it properly. Therefore, this first chapter, it very nicely, this Vyasacharya. So Krishna might have told in his language, but what we study as a shloka form, so we study as Anushtup Chandas and Trashtup Chandas. There are two meters given to Bhagavad Gita. One is called Anushtup Chandas. There are 32 syllables, 2 lines. So every line has got 2 padas. Each pada will contain 8 syllables. We can enjoy the way of his presentation, one by one, one by one, one by one. He introduced Dhritarashtra with Sanjaya, Duryodhana with Acharya Drona. Then also many characters are introduced because our prarabdhavashat, because of our karma phala, we are given this sharira. In order to enjoy our karma phala, we are situated in a place and we are surrounded by the people. By that we can enjoy, we are able to enjoy our karma phala. This Shastra is very serious to discuss about an individual, and it's very thorough. You are not only the cause of the problem, or the people around cannot be only the reason of the problem, but the reason can be something else. That what exactly the reasons, that we will study one by one slowly. We will begin these words from the next episode. Thank you. Hari Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.